Yes, people, welcome to Football Central. Welcome to episode 1 of the Emirates Era podcast with myself, Mr. Joseph Charm on my right, Shay Gunner down there, and Nathan Sayers down there as well. For Arsenal fans, it's just going to be an Arsenal chat where we're at in the season. Maybe we'll look back to previous games, look forward to games. But what a time to start, boys, because on Sunday, it's the Carabao
Clap
Cup
it in, boys.
Final.
Clap it in.
Come on.
Clap it in,
Clap it in.
First chance of silverware of the season. Before we get into that, let's not rush ahead. We're not going to get into that yet. Just want a quick recap of the season, because where we're at right now, I don't think any Arsenal fan could have predicted this. Or if you told me we'd be in this situation at the start of the season, I'd said, look, I know this team is good, but that's too good to be true. You know, quarterfinal of the Champions League, quarterfinal of the FA Cup, final of the Carabao Cup, 9 points clear in the Premier League. If you were being greedy, you'd say the only thing you could ask for more is further ahead in the Prem. But Joe, starting with you, my friend, no one could have seen this coming. I know, like I said, we're good. Our squad was deep. We had the players, but this good?
You know what? I think from an expectation point of view, I think we are exactly where we need to be, I think we've had a touch. I think at the very beginning of the season, with all of the signings that we made, this is the first time where I felt like going into this season, we have a complete squad. And there was not one area of the pitch where I thought, oh, that looks a bit weak. That looks a bit light. This is all in hindsight, right? At the very beginning of the season, I thought this is insane. They went and got, the top goal scorer in Europe, Victor Gyökeres. They went and gave us Eze as a cherry on top. They went and brought in Zubimendi to replace Thomas Partey. They then brought in Christian Norgard as well to add to the depth. Hincapié, Mosquera. You're talking about multiple signings where actually going into the season, this is the first time where I felt like Arteta's in a position where like there is no one else to look at apart from the managerial tactical decisions and how he galvanizes this team to go on and win something big, or at the very least be right. Well, we can't afford to be right there towards the very end anymore. And so I think for me personally, with where we are now at the beginning of the season, this is where I expected us to be. How we got there is a different question. Do you know what I mean? Because on the journey, I've been a bit like, whoa, this doesn't fully match where I see or where I thought the team was going to be. And there were a lot of bumpy roads. A lot of bumps in the road to kind of get to where we are now. So we've been fortunate, but we're here.
Yeah. I was chatting to Bowie, Man City fan, yesterday, and he was saying, oh, but look at the style of play, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, man, respectfully, I get what you're saying. I get it. Even as an Arsenal fan, sometimes it hasn't been pretty this season, or set pieces or whatever. But we've played pretty football. 22-23, brilliant football, got us nowhere. 23-24, again, 89 points, 1 point less than the Invincibles, 1-0. Now, Arteta's learned the squad, our defence is obviously our superpower, although we've got a lot of quality in midfield and in attack. Why don't you use that? Change the style a little bit. I think he was ahead of the curve in terms of where football was going. It is finer margins in the Premier League these days. The top team doesn't just beat the team at the bottom. We've seen that with Wolves. When we played Wolves and we drew and everyone lost their heads, they went and then beat Aston Villa. Then they beat Liverpool. That's a team that's 20th and people were laughing at the start of the season. So the margins are fine. But Shay, look, 6 years into Arteta's process, people said trust the process. I've trusted it from day one. I know you're always positive as well. It feels good right now to be an Arsenal fan, man.
Yeah, no, it feels great. I'm actually surprised, Joseph, that you expected this, because when we got the fixture list, you remember seeing Man United first, I think Liverpool and City in the first 5 or 6 games. I expected Liverpool, after getting Isak, Wirtz, and whoever else they got, to be a lot stronger this season. So I'm actually despite how tough it's been, like every game feels like I have been on the pitch with them. I'm doing a warm down after. I'm getting the electrolytes. It's been a slog. Like the Leverkusen game was the first time in a while where I've actually watched the game and relaxed. I haven't felt like that in so long. So sometimes the position doesn't match how I felt this season. We went 8 for 8 in the Champions League. We're top of the league by 9 points. Quarterfinals galore. but I've just been stressed the whole season. So stressed. Genuinely,
Do you know what, Shay? You got to rewind though. Go
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season, bro. As
Yeah.
in the transfer windows, no games have been played.
Yeah.
What were your
was-
expectations for us?
The expectations were to challenge. I didn't think we would be 9. Obviously, we've got the game in hand, but Gyökeres, I was so excited for, and he's starting to come good. I wasn't sure on Mascara and Nkapie because I didn't know much about them, but what I saw was that they couldn't believe that they let Nkapie go. They couldn't believe that they let Mascara go. Like, they thought it was a prank. So we clearly were signing some top players. But it was the fixtures and what I'd seen from Liverpool the previous season, not necessarily performances, but I think they won the league quite comfortably. So I was expecting it to be a challenge between City, Liverpool, and ourselves. But it just feels like, yeah, we're probably
So
going to
you
do it.
didn't go into this expecting to win, Shay?
Nah, no way. Liverpool just bought Isak.
Yeah, but did you expect
Just bought first. I expected us to challenge, but I didn't expect us to win with the gap that is starting to appear. No way, man.
Yeah, did you?
I
any
get
of you
that, to be
expect the
fair.
quad to be on? Like, did any of you actually expect at this point in this season that the quad would be fully on, that draws, would be going our way?
Nathan,
Like we
did you
did
expect that?
Southampton next round of the FA Cup. We've got the good
So I
side.
didn't expect it to go on this long. I didn't expect us to be in the conversation about like quads and all of that sort of stuff, right? And just sort my camera out. I didn't expect us to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
But in terms of being the front runner for the Premier League, being amongst the favourites for the Champions League, 100%. And I thought, okay, we might drop off along the way on the FA Cup or the Carling Cup, but those are,
Carling Cup.
I didn't. I do you know what I mean?
Back there with a Carling. Oh, hell.
Carabao Cup, they're showing my age.
Show your age.
It's an Emirates Zero podcast.
Barclays
Man.
Club
Yeah,
Premier
I know.
League, man. You know what I mean?
How old
This
is
is
this guy?
Oh,
the
no,
Emirates
yeah.
Zero podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like Emirates Zero, okay? No, but yeah. So, but I think my expectation was there was no excuse. I thought we'd get all 4, right, or be in all 4, but I think at the very beginning of the season, I thought, now we've got the most complete squad, even though Liverpool signed Isak, because I still thought from an attacking point of view, they trump us, but defensively, no one's coming close to us. I genuinely think, and I still think it, we've got the best defense in the world. Like the best defense, as in the first team defense and our like defensive cover. It's insane. Like, I don't think no one touches that. So for me, the only logical thing in my mind was like, okay, City could challenge, Liverpool could challenge, but for us, in my mind, I was like we've got everything. Because what else would you have expected at the beginning of the season for you to have that assurance outside of just kind of the nerves of history?
It was the start, though. You saw the fixture list, man.
The start
I
was
went
tough. You know
Yeah, it
what?
was
If I think for
And Man
a lot of
United that just
fans-
come off the back of finishing 15th. Sorry, lads, I know I'm talking loads. Off the
it's
back
good,
of off the back of United finishing 15th, bro. Or what?
You also
7th?
got to take in the context of the game, though. Like
15th,
first game
yeah.
of the season, new signings. Like, it is a new season. I get where you're coming from, but a first game of the season away at Old Trafford is always going to be tough, and it was tough.
Yeah.
We won. We won on a court. We won from a set piece, which we've done a lot this season. But going back to one of Christian's original points, like, I wouldn't change any of that, though.
Yeah, Nathan, what was your expectations at the start of the season? You predict us to win it?
I predicted us to win the Prem, and I think probably the Prem only. To be honest, I thought that the although we, like Joseph said, all the signings and that squad depth is there, I did think that the pressure would get too much, and I think we did go for a bit of a rough patch over Jan and Feb, and I think we've come out the other side of it. We've done well, and now we're hitting form again. So yeah, I did just it was just Prem.
There was always going to be a rough patch, man. When everything was going well and this and that, I was like, look, there will be a rough patch. You can't turn as fans. Like, the fan base now, I believe, has more it does have more connection to the players than ever. And I think we have a responsibility as fans sometimes to create a vibe. If Arsenal are going into a cup final on Sunday and the whole fan base is thinking, or is creating the energy that we're going to lose, we're going to get battered, this and that, there's more chance they're going to get battered. Players see stuff on social media and whatever and read it, and the vibe. If the whole fan base is behind, City are actually a prime example of that, because they've done it for years. They've always stuck behind their team, their fans, always. If whenever they looked down and out of a title race, whenever there was a game they weren't going to win, they're always behind their team. Also, Manchester United this season, I don't know if you remember the game when they were going into the game at the Emirates against us. Their whole fan base believed they were going to win that game. They created a whole vibe in their fan base. We're going to win this game. All Arsenal fans were like, what are you talking about? You're not going to win this game. But they came and beat us. Like, I believe that played a part. So, look, it is incredible. I don't think anyone could have predicted we're going to be in this situation, going for a quad.
Never.
I still don't think we're going to do a quad. Like, it's near impossible. Does anyone here think we can actually do it?
If we win on, listen to this mad chat, yeah. Just wait, hang on a second, guys. Right, we win on Sunday. If we win,
yeah.
Win on Sunday. Then there's an international break, and then we come back in April, and there's literally 1 month left and 3 competitions.
Yeah, and aren't the first 2 games FA Cup and then Champions League?
Yeah.
So we could have win that FA Cup game. We're into the semis. Win that first leg and push ourselves closer to that semi-final of the Champions League. Come back to the Prem, win that game. We are going to be rocking at that point.
Well, that's how close it is, right? Literally 1 game away from the Carabao Cup, a quarter-final, semi, and final away from the FA Cup. So that's 4 games. 5 games away from the Champions League. 2 legs final. That's 9. And then we only need to win 6 out of the remaining 7 in the Premier League. That's 15 games away. You win those 15 games, you win the quadruple.
This is why we haven't been enjoying. This is why it's been hard to enjoy the matches, because you're just like, we're so close. And I just don't think any football club has played under the same amount of pressure that Arsenal are playing under. I don't think any team in the league, not even Liverpool, who went however many years before winning their Premier League, because they picked up a Champions League along the way and they won major trophies along the way, their fan base had like a little bit less anxiety, if you will, when it came to competing for the big trophies. I think that this Arsenal team are playing under the most pressure that any Premier League team has currently played under. And
do you think that comes from Arteta winning anything though? Having a before this, like came in and he won stuff. He's proven that he can. Arsenal nearly this, and everyone's saying Arteta can only get so far. Do that's probably where the anxiety comes from our side a little bit, probably subconsciously. Yeah. That's where the narrative comes from the media as well. So
it's exactly that.
Yeah. There's always going to be pressure at Arsenal, but when you haven't won something in 6 years, when you've been so close, when you've got a squad like you've got now, I think that's what creates the pressure. Like I can't remember who it was. Someone said to me at the start of the season, "Oh, he has to win." I'm starting to think it's his fault. Look at the team he's got, and I was like, "But he's done so well to build this team and create the expectation in the fan." Fans were saying at the start of the season, if he doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League, he's got to go. We've never won the Champions League. We haven't won the Premier League in 22 years. That's his expectation. His standards that he set. So look, obviously this is the business end of the season now, and like I said at the start, we've got a cup final on Sunday against a team called Manchester City.
Yeah. We've also got players that haven't gone through that trauma. By the way, we've got Hincapié, we've got Mascara, we've got Gyökeres, who is leading the line majority of the time, that are probably walking around like, why not? Like, what's going on? Like, I've just come back from winning in Portugal. Like, I'm a champion. Like, what's the big deal? We'll do it again. It's minor. Like, even
Zubimendi, man, he just won the Euros.
Zubimendi.
He's like, what?
This is calm, guys. Tranquilo. There's nothing to be stressed about. So hopefully that having that balance of the players that have experienced it and know what not to do, as well as the players that aren't affected mentally and emotionally from the upsets in the previous seasons, will hopefully come together to create 4 trophies, man.
I think
I was going to ask Shay to talk to me about Sunday. Obviously, I was about to say City have inflicted a lot of pain on us, man. A couple of titles, 22-23. They obviously finished 5 points ahead of us in the end, but it was ours for a long, long time. And then obviously injuries and we fell off. 23-24. We won 16 of the last 17 games and didn't even win the league. Like crazy. That is still painful for me. Until we get over the line, that will still be painful. Maybe we could win 20 titles in 30 years. I still might be in pain from that season. So I think this means more to us. Like 6 years, no trophy, getting that you know, the
Bro,
label off our back.
You keep saying 6 years, right? But like, as much as we respect the FA Cup, it's a lot longer than 6 years, because what we really want in our heart of hearts is that Premier League or Champions League. Like, we've seen enough of that FA Cup. We've seen like for me, I want the Carabao Cup as well. But like, in terms of like what we really want is that Premier League and that Champions League, and it's more than 6 years. It's not just
22.
It's 22 years of trauma. So like, so Arteta, he's just captured. He's unfortunately the face of it, which is mad sometimes, because I completely agree with you. It's the fan base that needs to get behind the players.
I made that exact point. I made a video on my channel literally saying it's more than just an 8-game title race or 30. It's a 22-year. We've been in a title race or chasing a title for 22 years. Like, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how this, you know, a great football club can stay away from a major trophy for so long.
Yeah, it's mad. I was just going to say though, I do think that I think this season City need it more than us personally. Now, at this point in the season, I think, like you say, it's been 6 years or 22 years, however you want to look at it. But I think this season we're going to win. I think we are going to win the Prem, and I think this is potentially City need it. City need a trophy. Do you know what I mean? They can end the season with nothing now. They're out of the Champions League. Who they got in the FA Cup? Liverpool.
Yeah. Do they need it though, Nath? Like, I get what you're saying. Pep's
I'm just thinking. Come to the end of the season, win some. They got to win something, don't they? I think that club. I just mean within like the history of Arsenal, we need it more based on trophy count. But I just think this season, I don't think we rely on it as much now. I feel we've got that gap in the league. Champions League, like I keep saying, Champions League draw's gone our way. FA Cup draw's gone our way. Do you know what I mean?
We need it, man.
As well. I'm talking momentum towards the end of the season. So I'm going on Sunday. I'm ready to enjoy it.
It's our turn, man. It's our turn. Like, let us dominate football for a little while, Nathan, man. You know what I mean?
We're building the dynasty now. Anyway, it's fine.
The guard is changing, man. I think I've already think the guard has changed, but I think to beat City in a final, Community Shield doesn't really count in my opinion. To beat them in a final, and we know the whole world is watching. Like 95% of the world are tuning in for a hate watch. To beat them whilst everyone is watching, that is a confirmation. You take Pep's name off. Obviously, after we win the league as well, you can put Arteta's there between the two. Like that battle between City and that, they used to small boy us. They used to we used to go there and just think, I pray it's not 4. I pray it's not 5. Please don't be 6. But now I just feel like we're better than them.
No, we are better than them as well. It is a weird one though, because it's a final win. It's a 50-50. We could lose this game. I think our fan base, the Arsenal fan base, needs to not go too reactionary if we do lose. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll be devastated. I'll probably, if I had to do a fan cam or reaction straight after, like what I'll say, I might not mean, but I think I need to just remember the bigger picture of the rest of the season. Like, we will still be 9 points clear. We will still be in the quarterfinal of the Champions League against Sporting, which you'd expect us to win. We still, do you know what I mean? Like,
it's not do or die this cup. Like we thought it was going to be. I don't think it is do or die now with the whole momentum shift with everything else that's happening.
I do think it's going to be the most significant trophy we can try and win, though.
Yeah, do you think it plays a part in terms of like the knock-on effect? Like whoever loses.
Yeah. I think I've said this before in the past, right? I've said this before in the past. Arsenal fans have the tendency to disrespect this trophy, and we ain't won it in 30 plus years, right? And I gave this analogy. It's like a friend who hasn't got a driver's license but is insulting the guy that's got a Vauxhall Astra, who's turning around, oh, look at that Astra, can't you get a better car? But you ain't got a license, mate. What are you talking about? You don't even know how to drive. And I feel like for years, Arsenal fans have constantly said, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that. And it's like, no, we need to be worried about that. Pep came in this country and took that competition very seriously and kept on winning it. And you see what it does. And I think that win against City, God willing it happens, we beat City in a Carabao Cup final. Psychologically, what that does is a huge boost, because then we've got a 30-year wait that we've already overcome. And so again, the pressure weakens against the opposition that we're really facing. I think it plays such a significant role, man.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Okay, why are you not
You
sure?
don't think? Why?
Just because it's like the next game is after an international break and the following game is FA Cup. It's just it's not like we go straight into the Premier and you're feeling the effects. I think it's enough time to recover emotionally and mentally and definitely physically if we do not win that game. I don't think the momentum shifts that much. I also do see it being a nice boost, but I don't think it's significant, man. I really don't. I think if we were closer, the gap was 3 points, the gap is 2 points, the gap is 4 points, then yeah, okay, cool. It's a bit squeaky.
7 points is enough. You think we're too far away for it to be significant to impact?
I think we're too far away. Like if they catch up to us, I don't think it will be because they've won the Carabao Cup. The next game is not for ages. It's the FA Cup, and then it's the Champions League, and then I think on the 11th we play Bournemouth. So I don't know, man.
You know, I think I agree. You know, and I think the gap is the biggest difference. If it was, if they beat Nottingham Forest and West Ham, and it was 5, they had the game in hand, then they had to play us at the Etihad. So it would technically still be in their hands if they won every game, right? I think I'd be saying, yeah, this is massive in terms of mentality and the knock-on effect. But because it's 9 now, because if you look at their form as well, they've lost 2 and drawn 2 in their last 4. Like, they haven't shown the signs to me that even if they beat us, they're going to go on and win every game. Like, I think they've got 8 games to play. We've got 7 games to play. They're going to lose, I think, at least 2 of those. I think they're going to draw a couple. I don't think they'll beat us at the Etihad. And even if they do beat us tomorrow, I don't think it will be a defeat where it's like, it's not going to be a battering. Also, we don't get battered. We've conceded 3 goals in the game once in the past couple of years, which was against United this season, which, you know, we handed them the first goal and then it was 2 bangers. Like, we don't get turned over. If we are going to lose, I think it's going to be a 1-0, a 2-1, a fine margin loss. And I do think the squad have the mentality now to pick themselves up. Like, after every loss this season, we have. And I know it's a trophy, I know it's a big game and the noise will be loud, but I still trust the team to get it over the line in the Prem.
I think you lot are misunderstanding when I say significance, though. I think you lot are looking at it from a point of view where if we lose, it's going to have a bigger impact on the team. I don't think it's going to have that much significance on the team if we lose, but I think on the uptake, as in, I think it will have a huge impact if we win. So I think there's going to be a greater kind of boost to our kind of title charge if we win versus a kind of smaller knock-on effect if we lose. So if we lose, I don't think it's going to be that significant. But I think if we win, I think it's going to be huge for the players because it's just going to be like, okay, business as usual, pressure's off now. We've got 1 in the bank. Let's go and get more. We've got the first for it now.
Yeah, I think winning breeds winning to that point. There's only one Premier League winner I can think of that hadn't won an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup or a Champions League before that, and that was Leicester, and that was 5,000 to 1. So,
and then they actually went on and won the FA Cup, innit? Because they probably would never have won if they didn't win the Prem before that. So that's a great point.
Yeah, winning definitely breeds winning. So yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. But this team's never won a trophy together, have they? So to have that feeling of what it's like to get it over the line against City,
that was great.
That's kind of why I'm pleased it is City as well, because if they get it over the line, I think it is a big momentum shift in a positive way. But yeah, like your other boy said, if we lose, I don't think it's the end of the world.
How crazy is that, though, what you just said? These players have never won a trophy together. Like, think of how high regard we have. Like, I would put some of these players in, if we did an Emirates era 11, a lot of these players are in it. But they've never,
100%.
To be fair, we've actually never won a major trophy at the Emirates, so it makes sense. But like Timber, like Gabriel Saliba have never won a trophy with us. Declan Rice, I know he's only been there 3 years, hasn't won a trophy. Bukayo Saka has. He was in there. I think he was on the bench for the FA Cup. But you know what I mean? Like,
but not as a collective. Not as a collective. Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It's mad, and it gets sad when you think about how well the team has done. Because I don't get lost in it. Because when you look at where I saw a stat with Arteta and how many games he's won versus Pep in the Premier League, as in since his tenure at Arsenal, and we've got more points than Manchester City in the last 3 years, and you're just like, to see stats like that breaks my heart, because it's like we've been the best team. Like, statistically, why are we not converting this? Because it's like it always business end, and City have done what they've always done, which is win when it matters, and ultimately that's what it's all about. And I think we've got a team now that can do it, and I genuinely believe like they're winning when it matters. So like there have been games where we've fumbled a little bit, but when they've needed to recover and bounce back, do you know what I mean? We struggled against Villa. When they came back to our place, gave them a good walloping. Do you know what I mean? Like, just we're giving teams their lick back, and guys, I just want to win. I just please. Just one, man. Just give me one of these. It's enough. 22 years. Give me more champs.
You know, we could be starting this podcast at the perfect time, because we could be doing an episode in 2 months, and we could literally be talking about.
This is what I'm saying. This is the start of the
Premier League trophy. Yeah, Nathan, you said it, man. You were like, "It's the perfect time. Let's do this."
I was like, we got to get this episode out now before we win the lot. That's exactly what my words were.
This podcast might be more impactful than the Carabao Cup. I think us coming together might be the reason.
You know what? It's mad that you say that. It's actually because of us four why we are now gonna win the Premier League Champions.
They can flank us, man.
We're in a quadruple race, and there's 4 of us in here.
4, oi, bro.
Wait, who would be what trophy?
I'm taking Prem Sus.
Damn it! Too late.
I'll
be Carabao. I'll be Carabao. For UBFA Cup, I'll be Carabao. I'll be Carabao. I'll be formerly known as Carlin.
Yeah, as you said, it means so much to you. Then you can have it.
Yeah.
Joe's definitely Carabao. Let's talk about the team though, because I think it's going to be very interesting. Usually, I don't know if you guys seen. Usually, I do my my predicted 11 videos, and when I do the 11, I'll go in goal David Raya, and then I'll move on. I did mine yesterday. I put it out on my channel, and I was like, we've actually got a conversation to have here. Raya or Kepa? Like, Kepa's obviously been the cup keeper throughout the whole competition. If you want to keep the harmony, you want to reward the guy for what he's, where he's got us to, you play Kepa. If you want to play your best keeper, if you want to have a better chance of winning, you play David Raya. And look, no disrespect to Kepa. I think he's done a good job. It's not like he's an Arsenal legend. He hasn't been at the club for 10 years. He deserves this.
Not yet.
Yeah, maybe he will be. But I'm going to say my piece. Kepa's done a good job. There's been a couple of mistakes, the Chelsea game, couple of shaky moments, but he did win us the penalty shootout at Palace. I would go for David Raya purely because I look at it and I say, which goalkeeper gives us a better chance of winning the game? Mm-hmm. David Raya is the answer. I want this. This is huge. I agree with Joe with what you said about if we win, the implications it has are huge. Getting the whatever people say about us off the back, first trophy for a lot of these players. I would go for David Raya. Shay, where are you at?
I'm going Kepa. I'm a sentimental man.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I lead with emotion and not logic.
Okay.
You said that with logic. Like, you said it in a way that it doesn't match what you're saying.
Genuinely.
I'm an emotional wreck. Yeah.
I'm a family man. I'm a man with principles, and I think if there's been a conversation that Kepa, you are our FA Cup and our Carabao Cup goalkeeper, we have signed you on that basis. We believe you can do a job, and you've taken us to that final. You can't pull Kepa into a room and say you can't. You just can't.
Can I throw one thing out there? Kepa's played 5 finals at Wembley. He's lost all 5.
I'm starting Raya, by the way. I'm starting Raya. I completely agree with you, Chris. That difficult conversation is in Arteta's hands. I'm nowhere near that conversation. Thank God he needs to have it. So
I'm still going Kepa, man. Six time lucky.
I think
6-time lucky, and it's our first trophy in 6 years.
I don't believe that.
I'll be honest with you.
Wait a second. 6th time lucky, and we ain't had a trophy in
That's what I said,
6 years.
I think I just made one of Shay's videos. You know when you do the video?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
exactly. Get the board out.
Kepa's 6th game.
Get the board out.
Trophy.
Get the board out.
Get the board out, bro. Whiteboard.
Kepa is a goal Kepa.
Goal.
Nah.
Listen,
Oh man.
I'm gonna be real. I think I'm with Shay on this one. You know, I want.
For what
Listen.
reason? What's
It's a
the
know
tough
why?
decision, man.
You know why?
Joseph's
You know
going
why?
through it.
He's not
What's-
logic,
Let's-
mate.
let me be real. I think it's because it's the Carabao Cup. I'm like, if it was like a bigger stakes game, right? I think we need to respect the fact that he actually played his part. Remember, we got through in a penalty shootout. He was the one that saved it and got us through. It's not like he's put in bad performances in goal. I think we still have a solid, strong defensive structure in place to kind of prevent like him really getting berated. Plus, I actually do think that he's a good goalkeeper, right? I think he's a good deputy to David Raya. And so I don't think Raya, I do, but like I think we just need to honor. I think we need to honor. I'm gonna be like I think Arteta can't do that to him, man. I don't think he should. You can't. He's literally taken us there. He's saved the penalty to get us through a round. He can't.
Now, in fairness, I do think he'll start Kepa. I think he will, but because I think the whole respect thing. He's got us there. Conversations would have happened when he signed that he'd do the full run if we got there. So I do get it, but I just hope he doesn't like.
So what message are you sending as well? Like you're just
to the rest of the team, but also to the rest of the team. If Mikel comes into that dressing room and just says with chest, "I'm not starting Kepa," like actually he wouldn't do that, would you? But we want to win this. You know what I mean? I just think you got to play your best players. If you want to win it, you got to play your best players. In my opinion.
You know what I would do if I was Arteta? I get them all in one by one.
Vote.
I'd say, look, there's a sheet of paper there. I want you to tick. Tick the goal. One
anonymous.
box says Raya. One box
and
says
you know
Kepa.
what?
Tick
You know what?
the goalkeeper that you would start in the final.
I think
the majority of the team votes for play.
I think if that was the case, I think they'd all vote Kepa.
Yeah,
you reckon?
I'd go Kepa.
I actually think so as well. I do.
If
think
it was
so.
anonymous,
Yeah, but I think they would
Yeah,
because it's anonymous. But at the end of the day, if Kepa gets outvoted, he's going to know that in here. And if he's then got to go to Southampton,
no, don't tell Kepa. Kepa doesn't know that happened.
Oh, fine.
No, right. Nah, man, he's got to go with Kepa, man. 100%. I think it sends a wrong message to the team in this title challenge by starting David Raya. It shows. Do you know what it shows? I think it shows desperation. And I think going into that game against City, we can show City, look, like we're keeping the same team, like we're, in and around. Obviously, we're gonna tactically show you that, we can go toe to toe for you. But like Kepa deserves to play in that position. I just think that like he's done well in the competition. Why change it? Like there isn't a reason. And I think us saying, oh yeah, now let's put David Raya in, it's just gonna signal to Manchester City that actually Arsenal really desperately want this. And like even
it depends. If there's an agreement that look, regardless of who's played throughout, the final is gonna be Raya because he's number one, then I understand that. But if they decide after getting to the final, Raya, you're gonna be the guy, then it's a bit tacky. Didn't we do that? Didn't we do that before? I
think we did it. I was speaking to Lee yesterday. I think we did it in like '98 or something with David Seaman.
Was it Richard Wright?
Yeah, I think it might have been. And David Seaman came in for the final, and we won the FA Cup.
We won, yeah. I think we won. So,
so it does happen. It does happen.
Yeah,
City,
it does
interestingly, City are going to play Trafford. Yeah, I saw a report today that Trafford is definitely playing instead of Donnarumma.
First. Oh, what? He's been their keeper in the.
He's been their cup keeper,
yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, no, he will. He'll play Kepa, but I'd feel more confident with Raya. That's it. That's all it is.
I think
look at the saves he's been making recently, man. Even in the Leverkusen game, right? At the end,
Bro.
I don't think there's a better goalkeeper than David Raya right now in the Premier League. That's easy.
I agree.
But arguably in the world, in terms of like the match-winning saves that this guy has pulled off, like he's won us points.
And you two want to leave him on the bench?
Exactly.
No, but it's not, this isn't a charity case though. We're not giving. It's not like work experience for Kepa. This is a seasoned goalkeeper, man. I think
that is true. That is true.
I
Let's
think
not forget that, 90 million pounds they signed him for, like Chelsea when he first came to the Premier
Most
League.
expensive goalkeeper, isn't he? The only thing I'm looking at, if Arteta can get this Carabao Cup, he would have won 2 out of 4 FA Cup Carabao. I'm pretty sure we're going to get over the line in the Premier League. That'll be 3 out of 4. The only one he wouldn't have won would be the Champions League. If we don't win the Carabao, do you know what I mean? Like, I want Arteta to win everything at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm so desperate for this trophy. That's why I'm doing it. But look, if the vibe in the camp is you need to keep it harmonious, he's played this minutes and he deserves this, and if he's performing in training, then go for Kepa. Look, we could play Kepa and win, play Kepa and lose. You could play Raya, win Raya and lose. Like
100%.
every possibility is a possibility. Sure. What about a left back? Who starts, Hincapié or Calafiori? A very, very similar situation.
Hincapié.
He's slowly becoming one of my favourite players.
Yeah, man.
I think, I'd start Cala,
Really?
Okay.
I wish,
How come?
It wasn't the last game. The game before, Hincapié he's found a run of 4 minutes. He's been very, very good. And I think when Calafiori first came back from his injury, he had a couple of games where he was a bit shaky. He didn't look himself, but then he put in a massive performance.
Block.
Yeah, like I think he is an agent of chaos, attacking wise. He offers us more than Hincapié. That's what I personally think, because he adds an extra body around the pitch, like further forward in that, not necessarily in that final third, but that center midfielder kind of area. That guy at left back can be seen like in the middle of the pitch, like between the center half and the 18-yard box. He's there. He's in those spaces, which causes so much headache for teams, because it's like, well, who do we mark? Who do we need to keep our eye on? Plus, he shoots. I think he's more adventurous, and I think this is a game that we've got to go for. So for me personally, I would go with Calafiori.
You guys are both going
If we're playing more conservative, I'd go Hincapié. If we're going in it and let's see how it goes, then I'd go with Hincapié. But if you're saying let's go for it, I'm going with Calafiori.
It's a fair argument. I think because of Eze's form, that for me, there's less of a need for that chaos. So I'd be happy with the more, let's just go robust. And for me, Hincapié is the robust option, actually. That's what I think. So I'm getting Hincapié.
Nathan, you're the same.
Yeah, I'm the same. Hincapié. Same reasons as you, Shay, to be honest. I think as well he offers more down the left. The overlaps, I think, will be important. And I think we need that solidarity at the back. Yeah, it's all well and good Calafiori can go forward. And he loves a yellow as well. He loves a yellow. I just don't need that. Like I could just see it first half. Just is in the midfield. Man goes around him. I just don't need that. We don't need.
And then you
that.
bring on Hincapié though.
Then bring on Hincapié, and then I'll be happy. Yeah.
I think it's a great situation to be in. To be honest, I think to have 2 left back, even 3, you could put Miles Lewis. If Miles Lewis-Skelly was just somehow, I don't think he will start. If he was just somehow on the team sheet on Sunday, I'd be like, cool. I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? Like 3 left backs that we all rate. Like there's no other Arsenal era that you could ever say that. You know, we'd have 1 left back, and then whoever comes in after that, we're obviously nervous. So, yeah, I think I get Joe. I get what you're saying in terms of attacking output, but I do think Hincapié aids the attack as well. He got the assist against, I don't know if you remember, against Brentford, where he put the ball in Madueke's header. He obviously scored the goal. He got the assist against Everton for Gyökeres's goal. Found himself in a advancing area. Scored against Wolves. The second goal, against Wolves. Like he does get forward a lot as well. So I used to look at Hincapié as just a defensive defender, but I think now he is adding that. Obviously, training every day to learn the system and invert a bit more. He is adding that to his game. So again, whoever starts, I'm a big fan of Calafiori. Like what he was doing at the start of the season, I think he's one of our best players. And he's also played well against City before. I remember that goal he scored at the Etihad. A couple of games. He's got more experience against City than Hincapié does. So whoever he goes for, I'll be happy. But I think I would just edge it to Hincapié just because he's been playing recently.
Yeah.
By the
That
way,
makes sense.
and sorry if I digress or throw this away. I think Mosquera, yeah, might be one of the signings of this season.
100%.
I think he is so cold. And the telltale sign of a cold seat centre back, right, is your best or your arguably your best centre back comes off the pitch. He deputizes them, and not once have I felt uncomfortable. Not once. And whereas last season, you'd lose what Gabriel or Saliba, you felt it. You knew something like it just wasn't right. Like and he does both of those roles really well. I've seen him play with Gabriel, and he's a little bit more calm. When he's playing with Saliba, he's a little bit more aggressive. He's like a blend between the two of them. Like, it's insane. If he was our starting centre back this season, I would still quite comfortably say we've got the best defense in the world right now. Like, he's been.
Definitely.
I don't think he gets enough plaudits.
I think pound for pound is the best signing across the Premier League this season. £13 million, and he pretty much would start for any other Premier League team apart from Arsenal. It's just a shame he's got the two best centre backs in the world in front of him. I think he starts at looking at what Konate has been like this season. I think he starts at Liverpool, 100% starts at Chelsea, starts at Manchester United. If Diaz and Vardy are both fit at City, maybe he's just behind them, but both of them are rarely fit at the same time. So I think he starts at City. What a player he is! 21 years old.
Mad.
Yeah, I completely agree, man.
He's sick.
Such a great player.
But
Um,
Saliba and Gabriel start on Sunday.
They are starting on Sunday. All right, so let's finish building the team then. So
Nathan's like, get the emotions out of you. Get the emotions out of you. Pack it up.
don't worry about being
Put the
sentimental,
best
man.
team in there.
I want the trophy. So we
Don't need Mikel to be listening to this.
We know what kind of manager you are, Nathan.
We're
Yeah,
split
Joe,
between...
you're not playing today, Joe. Shay's on. Yeah.
See you, mate. Yeah.
Simple as, you're not playing today. We're not talking about it. Don't want to hear it.
We're
Get
split between the keeper, yeah. Two of us said Raya, two said Kepa, so we can't build that. I don't know about Timber being fit. Arteta said that he is fit and ready. I think even if he's 80%, I'd throw him in.
Mm.
Don't know about you guys. Would you maybe go White or Mosquera right back?
Is Doku fit?
I think so.
He's probably the scariest player
Yeah.
in the world for me. I actually don't like the idea of Ben White playing against Doku.
Scary in terms of taking on a man. In terms of the end product.
No, his end product's improving, man. Like, I've seen him pick out the right pass a lot. He may not get the GA, but I see him pick out the right pass, and I see him beat his man 10 out of 10 times. Like, he's honestly awful to play. I actually hate the idea of
Slimmer Alan Sen Maximan.
no, they're the same player.
That's nah. He's better player.
Maximan's a baller, bro.
Yeah, he was. But I
Maximan's a baller.
think Doku is a level above.
I promise you he's not. St. Maximan, like, I promise you he's not. Like, I think St. Maximan does exactly what Doku does in a City shirt. Like, as in, like, it just takes players on, beats them, dribbling is insane. But then, like, you're talking about
honestly, his passing is good. His passing is really good, man. I like his passing. And at the end of a dribble. But would you risk at 80% Timber? But we do have a long break. I don't know, man. That's the question. Or do you play Mosquera?
Yeah, he could play Mosquera. But then Mosquera, who's a centre-back naturally, to play right-back up against a Doku or a Cemento.
No, everyone's going to then start getting angry and saying, oh, we're playing too conservative and da-da-da-da-da. Get Benny Blanco on that pitch. Let him and Saka run that link-up play that they like to do and make that magic happen down that right-hand side. I've seen Ben White have good games against Manchester City. He is a baller. Let's not forget. Let's not let recency bias confuse us. Yeah, Ben White at right back is a solid right back. So I am not concerned. Do I think like defensively Timber's more sure? But if he's at 80%, bro, it's a no-brainer for me. Get Ben White on that pitch.
What do you think Arteta will do though? Because he hasn't trusted Ben a lot. Well, even when he has been fit, Timber's played through little injuries. Mosquera actually came on against Everton when Ben White was on the bench. I think even if Timber's 80%, he'll start Timber instead of.
I agree. I think he'll start Timber. He'll start Timber.
I think he will start Timber. I don't know if that's the right thing to do though.
I see what we're saying. What about midfield? Obviously, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze.
Let's
Yeah.
not
Three?
let's not play around here. Let's just
Has to be.
yeah, man. Come on, man. Yeah, let's come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you my prediction yet, but I don't know if you've seen any other eps that I've done, but Eze has a big role to play in this game for me. Some people are actually shout out my guy. There's a guy I get my eggs from called Engin, and I bumped into him yesterday. He goes, look, he was like, look, Sunday big game. I think we're going to win, but you know what? Saka can't start. Has to be Madueke on the right. I was like, bro, people are forgetting so quickly what Bukayo Saka's done for this club. We're in the first final for 6 years, and you want to drop him. I like Noni. I really like Noni. He came on in the away leg against Leverkusen, changed the game. That's the reason we ended up drawing that game. I think he's got a big part to play. Come off the bench, but Saka has to start, man. I agree he hasn't been at his best recently. Maybe you can talk about the service, the overlap with Timber or whatever, but he has to start this final.
1,000%.
Of course.
1 billion%. The thing is, Saka hasn't been at his level, right? So he's still putting in some. There's been a few poor performances. Don't get it twisted, and he would probably admit to that himself. But he still offers us so much on that right hand side that I think sometimes gets lost in with Arsenal fans. And I get it, because the expectation is now he had a season where he got 34 goals and assists, and then the following one was like 20, 26 in all comps and stuff like that, or 22 it was in a year where he was injured. So you're thinking, right, that's where he is. So because we're not seeing that, he's playing under more pressure. Fans have bigger expectations. He's just signed a new deal. But like, and don't get it twisted, I'm a huge fan of Madueke. At the beginning of the season, I was out publicly defending the guy because a lot of our fan base were just acting out of their minds and like signing petitions for dumb stuff, because he didn't deserve that, and 100% he shut the doubters up. And I think he's a gem we can draw on, but I think you start Saka. I don't think that's a question. I don't think that's even up for debate.
If you wearing the armband as well, right? So we walking the team out. If you're doing the talk in the dressing room, you'd imagine you can't drop him of that. Cannot.
He has to play, man.
Has to play.
Completely agree. What about on the left?
If Noni plays, he'd play on the left, I think.
I don't want that.
I wouldn't start him on the left though.
Yeah, man.
I would.
But
if he does, that's where he'll go.
Who would you start on the left? For me, it's between. I wouldn't put Noni on the left, man. He's obviously better off the right. I'll bring him on later in the game for if Saka's not having a great game, maybe you can replace him. It's between Trossard and Martinelli for me on the left. I think I've heard the argument a lot of playing Martinelli to run it's going to be Mateus Nunes at right back, who's not a right back. Trossard doesn't really run at players as much. He likes to, prefers to cut in, a bit more of a shooter. Who would you guys go for? I would.
Trossard. Start Trossard. I go Trossard, man. Easy. I think you start Trossard because Martinelli, like against tired legs, is far more valuable to us than I think Martinelli.
Yeah, he came on as a sub at the Emirates, didn't he? Got the goal for 1-1.
Yeah, he did. As an assist.
Martinelli will offer more off the bench, but then Trossard has been touched for us as well. But
I think Trossard has been against. I think Leverkusen, he was drifting in, which I quite liked, and it meant that he was closer to Gyökeres. And I think they're starting to develop a little partnership as well. And he's not the quickest, but I think he can give his wing back a lot of trouble, man. He drops a nasty shoulder. He's able to get space for himself, and he's almost like I'd rather him be building up the play and Martinelli getting on the end of it. And I think at the beginning we tried to have more of the ball, and if we can get him linking up with Gyökeres the way he did against Leverkusen, I'll be really happy, man. I think he deserves to start.
What about up front? Are we Gyökeres all round, or has Kai got a shout?
I'm going Kai.
You go Kai?
I'll go Kai. And this is actually where I speak from the heart probably the most. I just love him, man. I just think he could do. I think he'll do a job in a final over Gyökeres personally. It's one game. It's not like I think he's the man for it. Personally.
Well, he scored a winner in the Champions League final against City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think he's the man for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's tough. Again, it's that thing of I think he will start Gyökeres. I think he will. He obviously trusts him. He likes him. But for me, it's Havertz.
This is a weird one. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe Kai is the sensible option.
Yeah, I think
I
he's
did
the
say Gyökeres, and I think I would go
I think he's the
Gyökeres.
safer option. There's a theme here with you, like as we're going through this team. A lot of it, like you lot are going. You're very risk averse. I think a lot of you are approaching this game from a very risk averse like mentality, which is interesting. I don't know if that's how you felt throughout the whole season, but I know a lot of the rhetoric when it comes to criticizing Arteta's managerial style from the general fan base has always been that we've been too conservative. And
It's not a conservative team though.
I think Kai Havertz is
a bit more. It's the safer option. I think Kai Havertz, because I feel like he offers more in kind of link up. You know that he'll look after the ball a little bit better than Victor Gyökeres in the final third. So those are the kind of comparables that you're looking at.
But he's scored less. Gyökeres is our top goal scorer this season, though. So actually, it's probably more of a risk to play Kai Havertz than it is to play Gyökeres.
And Kai, I don't think Kai's 100% fit.
He doesn't look fit.
He doesn't look fully fit either.
Nah, he doesn't.
I think he'll go with Victor. I think he goes with Victor Gyökeres, man. I think that's what he goes for.
Wouldn't surprise me to see Kai somewhere in the 11 though. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Kai in the. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Nah,
I mean, Gyökeres.
Just saying.
You can't drop Eze after a game like that, man. Nah.
Eze on the left, maybe.
He's dropped him before.
He can't after this.
For like 7 games before.
You can't put him on the left now. That's risk take. That's a bit crazy putting him on the left.
But I'm open to. He can play on the left, but he's not going to stay there the whole game. You're a touchline winger. I don't mind some interchanging.
I don't think he sees enough of the ball when he plays on the left. I think his style of play, I don't think he sees enough of the ball. When he's out on the left, I feel like he's kind of out of possession. He's a bit isolated. Because we don't really play through the left-hand side very often, like a lot of it goes down the right and through the middle. We don't get to see the best of Eze. And so we get moments and he creates moments, but I don't know.
I actually think the ball goes through the left more than it goes through the middle. I think we've only just started to see the ball enter in that zone outside the D. Like, I do think this isn't the team I'd go with, but if Havertz is being put into that 11 with Gyökeres, then I'd go Eze on the left because he has to play.
Yeah. So you're like fit him in no matter what.
Yeah. Anyone that can hit a ball like that has to be in the 11, man.
I agree, especially the form he's in, man.
Bro, and the form he's in. Yeah.
And this is his business end of the season.
Springtime Eze, man.
Bring Eze, yeah.
This is when he comes alive. This is where he blooms.
To me, Eze.
Yeah.
He's got
all right.
to play, but I don't really like him that much on the left, should I say.
Let's get some score predictions and then we'll wrap up. And then the next time we're back, we'll either have a trophy in our hands or we'll be crying. So let's, Joe, let's start with you and we'll go Shay and then Nathan.
I reckon we're going to win 3-1.
Okay.
I really, really think that this team is up for it. And this isn't the same Manchester City. We saw how Real Madrid picked them apart. We've got tape that we could use to go watch in the background. I reckon the boys are going to go in there and we're going to score goals. We're off the back of a brilliant win as well. A comfortable win against Leverkusen. I don't see why not. So I reckon 3-1.
All right, I'm going to write this down. Joe's going 3-1. All right, Shay?
I'm not going to use logic. I'm going to go with how I do some of my content. It's the 22nd of March, 22-3, reverse that. We'll go 3-2.
I like it. 3-2.
That's how I'm going to do all my predictions.
3-2. Cool, I like that. So we got 3-1 or 3-2. Nate?
Let's go 2-0. 2-0. Kevin's
Comfortable
gonna-
2-0 or
win.
like an early goal.
You
and
think
then-
we're gonna win it?
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Professional.
We're gonna win. 2-0. Kepa's gonna prove me wrong, and we'll come back after post game, and I'll apologise on camera.
Kepa
So
goal.
Kepa to save a penalty, yeah?
Kepa goal.
Kepa assist?
Keep a free kick.
Kepa to take a corner?
Yeah.
Put him on corners, mate. You might get an assist.
Because if it goes penalties, he might end up scoring the winning one. You never know.
Imagine.
Yeah, Arita Balaga.
Imagine.
Aritha.
Arita Balaga.
I've been
Boys,
saying
What
all
you
week,
saying?
I got a feeling we're going to win 1-0 and Eze is going to score the goal. Exactly the same as the FA Cup last year against Pats.
Imagine that. Oh, I love storylines. I love storylines.
I love it.
I can just see it, man. I can just see a repeat.
Let
Eze through a miss. Little Warren.
Yeah.
I could just see it, man. That song blaring like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going for a 1-0 Eze to score the winner.
Boys,
Cool.
that means all four of us think
We're
we're
gonna
going
win.
into the final and comfortably win.
All four of us think we're going to win. There's 4 trophies to win.
Ooh.
Joseph predicted 3-1. 3 plus 1 is 4.
Bro.
Bro.
Think about it.
All right,
The
lads.
stars are aligning.
The stars are aligning. It's been a great first step. Anyone that's tuned in, thank you for being locked in. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Shay. Shout out to Nathan. Links will be in the description. I'll put the Instagram and TikTok links in the description. But this is the start, boys. It's been a good chat. I've enjoyed it. Shout out to everyone that's watched. Like I said, everyone that's locked in. We'll be back after the Carabao Cup Final. Hopefully, it's a win. Hopefully, we've got a trophy in our hands. But we'll be back either way. You know, singing or crying, we'll be here, and we'll be here for the rest of the season as well. Emirates Era podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, Football Central. If you like this, if you want to see more of this, Joe.
Just before we go, what are you lot wearing to the parade?
Let's talk about that next. We'll talk about that next. We'll start next episode talking about what we're wearing to parade. People, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.